Friday, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be creating today. I'm waiting to go to the farmer's market with my mother for Mother's Day. And I didn't know that there was a Mother's Day themed farmer's market, but she told me about it. And it's something since I moved back here to this town that we've done together. And it's kind of funny. We both go there and then we just we each walk the aisles individually and kind of say hi to each other once in a while, and then we leave together. And so it's just kind of funny because we don't actually spend a ton of time together, but we do. You know what I mean? So when she asked about this, I was like, yes. And that's something that I'm learning to. I've been on a journey of not saying yes to everything and really learning to feel what I feel in my body, in my brain, in my soul, and instead of automatically saying yes. So I've talked about that on some of my videos, my series on overhelping. There's a video about fawn or freeze, how I always fawn or like deer in the headlights or kind of like just bow to whatever pressure. I still do that, but there are exceptions to every rule, right? And for me, um, it's not like I don't want to go. I do want to go. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Um, she wants me to get there early as soon as it opens because she has to babysit some kids for a while. So we'll see how that goes. But do you have any exceptions sometimes to the rules that you make for yourself? For me, one of the exceptions to the rule is family, and in particular, my parents, my mom and dad. If they want to do something with me or they want to spend time with me, I'm just like, yes. Everything else within reason can wait. So got my yard needs to be raked. I'm halfway through that. I'm looking at the rake right now, leaning up against the green bin, and but I didn't want to get all hot and sweaty before going on this little outing with my mother. And I was thinking this morning, and I just thought, I kind of just want to turn on the camera. And I've noticed that vertical lives, they don't sort of cancel out your other video that you did. Like, I've noticed that horizontal, if you do another horizontal video or another horizontal live, I've noticed that whatever previous video you did, the views will just kind of go, meow. And I know YouTube's always experimenting with things, but um, yeah. So I thought, well, I'll just do a vertical live and then it'll be shorter and sweeter. Oh, and speaking of sweet, Rhonda's here. Good morning, Rhonda. Thank you for saying hi. I just popped up to do a live while I'm outside. It's beautiful. It's kind of cool but sunny. The sky is blue, as you can see, and the birds are singing. And yeah, I just wanted to do a little hello and talk about how opinionated I am. So that's what was on my mind this morning. So, contrary to how things look a lot on the outside, I'm actually a really opinionated person. It's kind of like there's this layer of beautiful, paint or a mural on top of a brick wall. That's kind of how I am. And or maybe like a bunch of flowers growing in front of a stone wall somewhere in England. Those are the visuals that come to my mind. So, but I've always gotten in. Okay, okay, be quiet. It's a magpie or a blue jay, maybe. It's annoying. Be quiet. See, there's the opinions coming in. Miss Em is here. Hey, hi, Miss Em. Good to see you. I thought about doing a live, so I was checking, and there you were. Oh, well, you go ahead, Rhonda. If you're, I'm not going to be on here too long. I know I always say that, but maybe 20 minutes, something like that. Well, good to see you. So back to how opinionated I am. I was on a live, I think one of Sally's lives, and somebody was saying, "Oh, there's Pam. She's so sweet," or something about me being sweet. And I wrote a comment back that said, "Objects in mirror are not as sweet as they appear." There's a lot of backstory to my story. I've yeah, but I also love people, and I have softened a lot. I've softened a lot, and that's the work of God, the work of the Holy Spirit. And I've always put on a pretty good face of being sweet and kind because I care about people and I love people. But inside, I have really strong opinions about things, and I get really mad about things. I get, my poor husband. Ask him. Every time we go for a walk, I'm railing against some new thing that I'm frustrated about. But I know that's not what we're supposed to do. Put that toxicity out into the world. But anyway, life with Gen X values. Hey, Jennifer, do you like Jen? Jen, what do you like the best, and how do you like to spell it? I've been meaning to ask you that. Just Jen or Jenn? Um, my sister, who was born after me. Sorry, this is a bit sad, but my sister only lived a few days. It was very tragic for my parents, but it was also something that led them to find Jesus, led them to um, look for answers. But my sister Jennifer passed away, and I was just a toddler. But for some reason, I remember it so well. It was um, very traumatic. So I think I just carried that. Anyway, Jennifer, what I'm trying to say is your name is special to me, and I named my daughter Lauren. Her middle name is Jennifer after my sister that didn't make it. Hi, Amber. Thanks for being here. Oh, and Mike Otis is here too. That's awesome. Hi, good to see you. You, I just started like a few minutes ago. I just doing a little pop up live on my porch while I'm enjoying the blue sky, and I'm waiting to go to the farmers market with my mother for Mother's Day. So, um, my mom is fairly young because she had me quite young, and so I'm really um, grateful. And she's a very busy woman. She's a farmer. She has 28 grandchildren, at least, I think, maybe more. She's constantly babysitting for people. She's constantly picking up kids at school and running around doing chores and making big meals. She's always been so busy. So if she has time, if she makes time to do something with me, then I kind of drop everything and make time for her. So saying hi to each other, that's awesome. And sorry, I'm losing the chat a little bit here. Everyone says I'm nice, Miss M, and sweet, but they don't know that I don't have a filter and can be spicy. Yeah. I've worked really hard on my filter. I think like I've been kind of, they call it masking. I've been doing that since I was really young, and it's kind of professional, I guess, grade at it now. If that, it's not a good thing necessarily, but it is the thing. Peter Pitar, welcome. Hello. Um, Sorry, I just got to scroll a little bit. You know how it is. Jen is what I prefer. Okay, Jen with one N. Awesome. Thanks for telling me that. I'm so glad to see you guys here. Thank you. I'm a Jenny, not a Jennifer. Oh, okay, that's great. The neighbor's hauling his garbage can back to his house. It's garbage day this morning. She says, Brittany. Oh, Brittany is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, thanks. I know I'm not very good at always bringing up emotional topics properly and kind of dealing with them properly. And sometimes, I make mistakes with that because I know I trigger other people because I'm just talking about something that, I've dealt with. Um, or I'm not entering into the emotion of it right now, so I can kind of bring it up and just, but, but it, at this point, yeah, it's lost a little bit of the sadness um, and has a sweetness to it because I'm pretty sure I know I'm going to see her again at some point or see her for the first time. So I don't think I ever actually saw her because I was so little. That's a happy, sad memory. 28. Wow. Yeah. My parents had 6 kids. I'm the oldest. I only had 2 kids, but I had a lot of difficulty having kids. I had a lot of complications. I was in the hospital a lot with my pregnancies. That's a whole nother story, but I only had 2. And then the next brother to me, he has 5. He had 4, and then they had a surprise one in their 40s, who's just a baby still or a toddler. And then my next, sorry, this might be boring to you. I'll try and be quick. The next sister had 8 kids, 7 of her own, 1 adopted. My next sister had 6 kids, all of her own. My next brother has 4 kids, and then the youngest brother, they have 4 kids, and so I think that equals 28. But you know, I'm not the best. Well, she's a superwoman. Yeah, my mom is a superwoman, but she is getting tired, and it's hard for me to see her working herself to death. I shouldn't say that. Working herself to the bone when she is. I just want her to enjoy her years, but neither of my parents have been able to really retire, if that makes sense. Like my dad, he's kind of retired. I say that in, air quotes. I'm using those a lot today, but my dad goes into work still just about every day. But it's his business that he created, and so he's kind of like it's his identity. But both of my parents cannot slow down. They're both very type A. They're both, I think they're both ADHD. I shouldn't say this. What if they find this video? I'd have to keep this one private. Anyway, it was an interesting childhood, let's just say, and it's still very interesting. Oh, lovely to say hi to each other. Um, oh, Julie's here. Hi, Julie. I was so bummed. I wanted to stomp my foot this morning on the floor. I was so mad that I missed your live again. It's because I get up and I start making my husband his breakfast wrap, and it's kind of a complicated thing. It takes a while, and then I get distracted and I forget to turn on the live. But I was just, I really wanted to be there. You know how that is. Oh, so good to have you here. It's garbage day there too. You're not responsible for other people's feelings. That's true. That's true. I think it's true in a way. Like I know what you're saying. I'm not trying to contradict you, but I think sometimes we're responsible for what we bring up, and yeah, we're responsible for our own actions and our own speech for sure. Hi, Miss M. Hi, dear ones. The bittersweet feeling. Yeah. Julie Jordan Scott. I'm always worried about triggering others. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't live in fear. I don't think that's good, for sure. But there are so many things, like I'm talking about being opinionated, and there's so many things that I don't share. But sometimes when I'm doing a walk and talk live, I was talking about this, they'll slip out. So I was walking by, this dog that was yapping at me, and I was just like, "Argh." And then I let it slip out that dogs drive me crazy. So that was not very, I mean, that's not very nice, right? But I also hate having cats in the house. There you go. There, I'm gonna let out an opinion, and that's okay if you're mad. Um, I hate having a cat in the house And I find it disgusting. Okay. I do. Well, everyone's going to leave now. But I have a cat in the house. That's the irony of it. I have a cat in the house because of my dear sweet children. That we got a cat when we moved to help them. And my son, who's home now from university, he just loves this cat, and the cat loves him. And so, love covers a multitude of sins. And by sins, I mean I'm the one who has to clean the litter box all the time. I'm the one who makes sure the cat is fed and has the best food and has clean water and gets to go inside or outside, whatever she feels like. so, so even though I'm really opinionated and I don't like cats in the house, I find that I just it grates on me in a really sensory way. Okay, but I deal with it. I put up with it, and there you go. There's an opinion. 8 children, 6 different children. Yeah, 6 children, 4 children. I know. It's a lot of children. Mike says we had 4 miscarriages and 3 live births. So we have 7, but we haven't met 4 of them yet. Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing that. That's difficult. And I am really grateful that I didn't have, even though I had a lot of difficulty, I did not have any miscarriages. So I'm really thankful for that. But I know that's a very difficult thing. I'm close to some people who have had to deal with that. Julie says, I had a stillbirth and a miscarried baby, and infertility is a part of my story. Oh, yes, Julie. Oh, my heart. My heart breaks for you. Jen says, Pam, my daughter thinks we look alike. Oh, no way. Well, we're both Gen X. There you go. That's awesome. I'm happy to look like you. You're a beautiful woman. Julie says, Heart, it's okay. You're on the replay crew. Yes, the replay crew. I will be on the replay crew. I like watching people's lives again, even though you're not there with them in the moment. I like to find out what they were talking about. I find lives can be a lot more interesting in some ways. Right? Oh, and Dave from Get Some Color in Your Life is here. Hey, good to see you. I'm behind on your video, Dave. Videos. I need to catch up, but good to see you from over the pond. What are you painting today, Dave? Amber, Mrs. Creel says, you're not alone. I'm not a pet person. Yeah, I grew up with animals. I milked cows. We had dogs. We had all kinds of cats. We had, barn cats. We had goats. We had pigs. We had horses. So had a lot of animals in my life, and I've always been very kind and loving to them. When I was a kid, because I read the Narnia books really young, I thought that animals could speak to me. I thought, okay, I thought the animals in the trees were all just keeping really still and, not telling people that they were really alive, because my imagination was off the charts in some ways. And so I would go down to the barn, and we had a couple of little Shetland ponies there, if you know what those are. And I would try and talk to them and say, I know you can hear me. Don't be scared. And then we had trees out in the yard that I named, and I would talk to them sometimes. And then my father, bless him, he was out with he has equipment, heavy equipment. He was out with a backhoe. I think you call it maybe a rubber tired hoe, you call it. He was knocking down a bunch of trees to make more room in our yard, and I was traumatized. He was killing my friends. It was, oh my goodness, my childhood. I'm pet free and proud. LOL. I worry about saying that. I know, like, there's so many opinions that you want to be careful of saying because you can offend people. And I have a lot of. I just wanted to share that with you that I am an opinionated person, but I think it's hard, or it's kind of a dichotomy, right? When you're an opinionated person, but you also really care about people, and so I'm always kind of editing. I'm always, and it's not because I've realized it's not because I'm being fake. I used to think, oh, you just, you don't have integrity. You're not being real, and sometimes the truth hurts, and you just got to be real. And it's like, yeah, you can be real, you can have integrity, and you can still be kind, and you can still say sorry when you say something out of line, right? So I don't know. How do you guys balance that? How do you balance having strong opinions? But um, yeah, I find that a tough thing sometimes. And do you pet sit, Julie? I know. I was just thinking that. Yeah, you can be two things. You can be a pet free type person, but also be loving and kind and caring towards people's animals. I would never mistreat an animal, Mrs. Creel says, but I cannot stand the thought of owning any. Isn't that funny? Hey, hey, you won't get no judgment from me. Oh, thanks, Miss M. Dave says yes, no judgment here. I'll appreciate that. Mike, the aging retiree, says we had 5 dogs when we got married in 1974, but no pets now. Phew. Yeah, my husband's, he's funny because he's like, I can't wait till we don't have a cat anymore. But then at the same time, I know he wants a dog and he would love to have a dog and I think it would make him happy. And so if it makes him happy, I'm all over it. Like, I'll deal with it, is what I'm saying. I might not love it, but I'll deal with it. Dave says, hello, everyone. Oh, Catherine's here too. Nice to see you, Catherine's Fabulous 60s. Pam, hi. We are at lunch, but listening. Oh, thank you for listening. That's always fun. Sometimes, especially when I'm getting ready for something, I love to have a YouTube video on, or even when I'm driving to the store, going to get groceries, I'll have a YouTube video of one of you friends, and I'll just have my earbuds in and listen while I'm getting groceries. Um, so it's like having a friend along with you. My mom had problems getting pregnant and she had infertility problems as well, Miss Am says. So my mom and dad adopted me and my half sister. Oh, that's great. Thanks for sharing that, Miss Am. It's a beautiful story that that you're living with people who adopted you. And Mike says, Catherine, hi. Catherine and Mike, fancy meeting you here. Oh, well, thanks for saying that. That's kind of you, Catherine. Fancy, fancy. Dave says, happy to catch you on your live. I've done my painting today and it's dropping in 20 minutes. Oh, awesome. Well, I'll look for that. I'll be at the farmer's market pretty soon here. She wants me to get there early. And I don't know. Do you ever have that where your parents, or maybe you're a parent, where they live a bit vicariously through you in the way that you're kind of an extension of them? And so that's happened to me my whole life, where my mom she'll say, oh, I can't teach Sunday school, but Pam will do it. Or I can't go in the nursery, but I'm sure Pam will do it. Or we'll have something like furniture. They'll say things like, oh, Pam has an extra table. And anyway, it's something I've had to deal with. But so I'm an extension of her going to the farmer's market. And oh, she just texted me, so I might need to get off of here. I love my mother so much. I feel really bad sharing things that sound kind of negative. Um, she's a beautiful person, but we have had our differences. Let me just say. You need to get going. Bye, Miss Am. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah, go oak house sit for your grandma. Oh, that's great. Have a good time doing that. Hit the like. Yeah, you're bossy. Are you bossy? Is that your thing? You're bossy and I'm opinionated. Hmm. Oh, and somebody's gay. Well, that's good. We don't. Oh, thank you. Thanks for saying I'm beautiful. I hope you and your mother have a great time together. Thanks, Amber. Yeah. Thanks for coming on here. I had like a whole list of opinions I was gonna start talking about minimalism, about um you name it. But I'll save them, and that's probably a good thing that I'm saving them. So thank you guys for stopping into this impromptu live, and I need to make more people mods, so I'll do that maybe next time. And yeah, Okay, I'm going to answer my text. I'm going to get my shoes on and see if I can find my purse. And then we're going to go to the farmer's market. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to maybe buy some baking, maybe some dishcloths, little things like that, and just say hi to all the people. So, goodbye, everyone. See you again really soon. Is this the view, a view from your house? Yeah, I'm sitting on my front porch, and the trees are behind me. There's not really a lot you can see here. I live in town, but it's kind of like there's like really big lots right here where I am. But I'm really close to the highway, so it's kind of like there's some good and there's some bad about where I live. So, all right, good to see you guys. Maybe you can show us what you buy. Yeah, I have to be careful about the buying because it's a bit of a lean month for us. So gotta be strategic with my buying. If I buy something cool, I'll show you. Okay, I really gotta go. Much love to everyone. Hope you have an awesome day, whatever you're doing. I'll see you again soon.